Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live stream. Just starting work on the next episode. This current one, which is due in about maybe a week, is not out yet, but I've already started work on the next one. Sorry, just setting up my phone so I can see what's happening. Oh dear, what's going on? Oh, phone just switched itself off. There we go. Hello, Appalachian Hick, you are indeed the first. What's going on? So this is just working on an environment for the next episode, which is kind of a prisoner. It's going to be a prisoner transfer episode. So they're in an armored vehicle of sorts, and once again, I can't take any credit for this location, as cool as it is. This is a environment downloaded from the Epic website, the Epic Marketplace. It's actually a lot bigger than it needs to be. There's a whole bunch of unused space in here, which we're probably not going to see. But it's fun to have all these elements to play with. This is probably what's going to be called, in the industry, I think, is a bottle episode, where it all takes place in quite a confined area, and it's mostly about the interactions between the characters. Whereas the previous episode, which is coming out very shortly, is probably one of the most ambitious in terms of multiple locations that we've done so far. Hello, David from Columbus, Ohio, USA, North America, Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Galaxy, Universe. Oh, thank you, Mr. Leo da Vinci. I love your work as well. Must take a long time to do. It does, yeah. Although, having said that, just going to clean up the edge of this bench, maybe put something so it doesn't look quite so cut off there. Having said that, the process of making 3D stuff like this is so much faster than it used to be. Yeah, it as you can possibly see here, once you've got these asset packs, it really is just a bit of drag and drop. Thank you, Jacob. That's very kind of you to say. And it's fun. It's just like kind of set building. Virtual set building. I'd like to do a shout out, while I've got you guys' attention, to another channel that I've been following, which is doing pretty cool work as well. I don't know if you're familiar with the series of novels that came out in the 90s, Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn, but somebody is animating the entire first book in iClone, and he's about halfway through so far, and it's doing really well. I'll put a link to that in a post on this live stream once I've done, because I've been following that and really enjoying it. 1001 good ideas. Yeah, I'm always happy when somebody says that they're inspired by watching what I'm doing, because I'm learning at the same time as well. I'm learning every single one of these that I do, and trying to challenge myself in a different way with each one as well. Trying something different. Like this one is going to have, I think the first, yes, the Thrawn trilogy. Yes, somebody is animating that. What was I saying? I was distracted. Oh yes, this one's going to have a bit more lip sync in it. There's going to be a character which I haven't placed in yet. Hey, Zach. Waiting on those voiceovers, Zach. That's the last thing to do before that episode's finished. Mr. Foxer, hello from Ukraine. Oh my god. Hello to Ukraine. How are you guys doing? How long does this usually take to animate and build? Well, once again, I can't take credit for the build in terms of this environment because this is a pre-purchased asset pack of a spaceship interior. So that obviously takes away a huge chunk of time in terms of how long this might have taken if I was building from scratch. But it still takes a little bit of time just to tweak, move things around to where I need them to be for the scene, make it look a little bit more Star Wars-y, get everything set up and lit. So yeah, I'm trying to churn them out at about one a month. I don't know if I can keep that up, but we'll try. What is the writing process like for these episodes? Well, mostly me and the guys, Callum and Dallas, we chat for a little while about what they might want the characters to do, and it's honestly also, you know, what kind of settings might they find themselves in that maybe we haven't seen on screen before in a Star Wars movie, what might be fun to explore, and we kind of go from there. Good morning, Arc 2169. Let's put a little bit of debris on the floor. So we've got a trooper waiting outside as well. I'm not quite sure why he's casting a shadow on the door there. That's something I'll have to figure out later on. 1001 side ideas. This is definitely a side project at the moment. I would love to make it a full-time job, and it's slowly getting there. The more people who sign up as channel members or on Patreon or who buy merchandise or all the, I mean, or even just the more viewers we have, it all helps to contribute towards making this self-sustainable. Thank you, Gongasleet. Guys have weird names. And hello to Portugal. Snooks. Oh, g'day, Eric from Australia. Snooks, I'm in Auckland, New Zealand. So at the moment I'm just fiddling basically with this environment, just seeing what there is to tweak and move around. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this latest episode. It's not this one that I'm currently building, but the one that's coming out very shortly. It's quite a doozy. It's quite fun. Eddie the Insane. This is Unreal 5.1, Unreal Engine 5.1, in combination with there's going to be some iClone and character creator animations in there as well. Snooks, are you above water or underwater? How are you doing in terms of the flooding? See how this looks through a camera. Oh, I haven't set up my camera properly yet. It's 4:3, can't have that. Shadow Sith, what era this is setting in? We're kind of trying to follow along with the movies a little bit. So currently we're post Battle of Hoth, but pre Bespin. Um, so somewhere in between those two scenes, it was never really established exactly how long it took them to fly from Hoth to Bespin, or how long Luke was training. So there's a reasonable amount of time there that we've got to play with for different things to happen. Will I make more eras of Star Wars like the First Order and Clone Wars? Um, maybe Clone Wars. Probably not the First Order, just because I don't find that era very inspiring. I'm sorry to say. Sorry to anyone who did enjoy that particular setting, but it's it's not my bag, baby. I think I find the classic era the most interesting to explore. That flashing is a bit distracting. How do I get rid of that? So as I think I mentioned in the post, the latest episode is coming out in hopefully a couple of days, but that's going to go out to Patreon and channel members first. So if you want to get an advanced look at that, sign up to our Patreon or our become a channel member, which will give you some other perks as well. So I haven't got any animations going on here yet. I'm just literally playing with the lighting, seeing what's working, what's not, and wondering where that really distracting, horrible flashing is coming from. I feel like I've got light leaks coming from outside. Yes, that's it. Leaking lights. And what that is I believe that these materials are all one-sided. So that's enabling lights to come through. Oh no, that's two-sided. Cool, catch you soon, Zach. Your episodes are part of my Star Wars watch party in chronological order. Well, like I say, it's nice to explore the bits in between. And if people want to add them to their own personal headcanon, we're really happy about that. You know, I'm trying to make them, they're a bit silly, but they're not so silly that they couldn't have potentially happened, I guess. These are all two-sided. I'm wondering why. Still getting leaks of light from outside. This is where it becomes very much like actual filmmaking. And it's like, where's that light coming from? How do we get rid of it? Has that done the trick? I think that might have helped. I mean, there may very well be a flashback episode to TK FKU's early days of signing up, which would be around the Old Republic era, or the end of the Old Republic, the beginning of the Empire. So that might be fun to explore. put him in a clone trooper suit. You know, he's one of the first non-clones to sign up. Excuse me. Do I use any plugins to do mesh snapping? No. I'm not very precise in that sense. I am pretty much just eyeballing this. Excuse me. Yeah, eyeballing this to see what looks good where and just moving it around. I mean, that is to say, actually, I should say that when I'm turning things, I like to turn on the rotation grid so that lets me know that I'm turning something exactly 90 degrees, for example, so that it lines up with the walls perfectly. But yeah, in terms of perfect placement, no, I'm probably a bit a bit sloppy there. Yeah, so this is starting to look the part. So we got some nice edge lighting on our boy here. I mean, a lot of this is all about the lighting. You can have a really great model and you can have a really great environment, but if it's not well lit, it's not going to look good, and it's as simple as that. So I do like to put a little bit of time into just looking at things like this through the camera. See, so he's well lit, but she's well. Okay, there's a dead giveaway. That's we have a recurring character there. So I might just move this overhead light over a little bit so they get equal lighting. Can I add a Jedi in there? Well, I mean, technically at this time there weren't supposed to be any Jedis, were there? So we might get a few more appearances of the skinny blonde kid, but that's probably going to be the only Jedi appearances. I mean, that is what I really liked about Andor, is that it was quite refreshing to not even hear the word lightsaber or Jedi for the entire series. It was quite grounded, and I really like that about it. And this is more about just these common grunts rather than the Jedi. So we'll probably, apart from a few brief cameos here and there or mentions, we'll probably just keep it to these guys. Okay, so we'll probably call that a day for now, just a brief catch-up, show you the next one that we're working on. As I mentioned, the new episode of For the Empire Season 2 will be coming out in a couple of days for channel members and Patreon members, and about a week after that for non-members. So looking forward to your responses to that. I think it's turned out really well. We're really happy with this particular one. And yeah, as you can see, already moving on to the next one. So yeah, sign up, become a member, become a Patreon member, buy some merchandise. If not, like, subscribe, comment. It all helps to boost the algorithm. And yeah, we will catch up again